Hello everyone, welcome to Consultaire and InterlinkIQ.com. To conduct a document review utilizing non-conforming materials and product under the SQF Module 2.4.5, first, check if the document title matches the uploaded file name on the dashboard. In this instance, we do have the same titles as non-conforming materials and product program. Then next, both must have the same document code. For this example, we do have the 2.4.5. And since this is a template, we indicate the PCQI as the account initials. However, we can customize the code based on the company's initials. For the page number, we use the page X of Y format. Ensure that it reflects the current page position and the total page number of the document. Then here, you may insert the company logo together with the company name, company address, and enter the designated department. For the originated by section, it can be the food safety, quality assurance, or the quality control personnel of the company. The originator ensures the implementation of the quality management and document control system. Enter the name of the originator, affix the signature, position title, and the date originated. For the reviewed by section, it can be the personnel assigned in the quality management department who reviews the drafted document or its revision for accuracy and implementation. Again, you may enter the name of the reviewer, affix the signature, position title, and the date reviewed. For the approved by section, it must be the person in the C-level management who has the approval authority. Enter the name of the approver, affix the signature, position title, and the date approved. For the revision date is the same as the date originated or drafted by the author. For the effective date, it is the date the document was signed and approved. The publication date is when the document is published for distribution and initiated personal training. The implementation date is when the document is distributed and personal training is completed. For the supersedes, put original for the initial issuance of the document, and for any revisions, reflect the initial revision date before the current revision. Please be reminded that this section must be properly filled out to be compliant. Now we will focus on the components of the program. First we have here is the purpose. The purpose is the implementation of any certification standard or compliance with a regulatory requirement. And for this program, it is for implementation with the SQF Module 2 Edition 9 for food manufacturing under Clause 2.4.5. First one is to implement SQF 2.4.5.1, the responsibility and methods outlining how to handle non-conforming product, raw material, ingredient, work in progress, or packaging, which is detected during receipt, storage, processing, handling, or delivery shall be documented and implemented. The methods applied shall ensure 1. Non-conforming products is quarantined, identified, handled, and/or disposed of in a manner that minimizes the risk of inadvertent use, improper use, or risk to integrity of finished product, and 2. All relevant personnel are aware of the organization's quarantine and release requirements applicable to product placed under the quarantine status. Next, to implement SQF 2.4.5.2, quarantine records and records of handling, corrective action, or disposal of non-conforming product or equipment shall be maintained. Second, we have the scope. The scope of the program is based on the purpose and serve as a guide in defining and describing the layout of the procedure. We have here the non-conforming goods, non-conforming raw materials, ingredients, and packaging, non-conforming work in progress, non-conforming finished product, labeling and identification, isolation, adulterated and condemned products, staff communication system. Third one, we have the policy. The policies are the rules set by the company as their implementation guide. The company documents the procedure that outlines how to label and identify products that are rejected or quarantined due to inspection, audit, or process deviation. The company describes how non-conforming product is isolated to avoid its reuse or shipment. Fourth is the procedure. The procedure is a step-by-step process and the actual implementation of the policy. Under procedure, we have the non-conforming goods. Once a non-conforming product is identified, Quality personnel will be called immediately to prevent the non-conforming product from being used. Next, any product which quality personnel deems below the standard will be tagged and retained in a designated location. The non-conforming product will be logged. Products on hold are only released by the supervisor, operations manager, or designee. Next, non-conforming raw materials, ingredients, and packaging are tagged and placed on hold by quality personnel, notified for disposition, refer to approved disposal procedures. Next, non-conforming work in progress. Non-conforming work in progress materials are identified, tagged, and placed on hold by the designee and are disposed of per approved procedures. Non-conforming finished product. Non-conforming finished products are identified, tagged, and placed on hold by the designee and are disposed of per approved procedures. Refer to product release procedure. Labeling and identification. Rejected and quarantined or hold products are identified by utilizing hold tag. Isolation. Isolate the non-conforming product in their designated areas, earmarked for non-conforming materials. Adulterated and condemned products are disposed of by a third-party contractor. Materials are weighed for informational and accountability purposes. Next, we have the staff communication system. Under this, we have the hold tag, equipment tag, allergen tag, product release tag, quarantine tag or the crisis management, applicable signage, designated storage and disposal area identification, system holds training. If we have the responsibility. The responsibility of the person is indicated. It covers what to perform to comply with the procedure and policy. First we have is all personnel shall adhere to this policy. Next, preventive control qualified individual or the PCQI visually inspect areas for compliance with this policy, oversee or verify compliance of procedure, ensure personnel is trained on this policy and procedures, monitor and take corrective action to ensure compliance with this policy. Next, supervisors or department heads and team leaders are responsible to ensure or inspect and verify this policy and procedure is adhered to and take corrective action to ensure compliance with this policy. Quality department or the compliance department validate training and adherence to policy and procedure. Monitor and document nonconformance observation is also known as discrepancy using corrective action or preventive action or the CAPA report. Responsible for identifying, tag, and placing on hold and disposing of nonconforming work in progress materials are approved procedure. Responsible for hold tagging, document control, records, and archive. Lastly, we have the quality manager, responsible for the disposition of held nonconforming products, whether to release, discard, or rework the products. Next, we have the corrective action. The corrective action is the process of taking appropriate steps to eliminate causes of nonconformities or other undesirable situation. Under this, we have to train all personnel on this policy and reference SSOPs. Noncompliance will require retraining and evaluation. 7 is the review quality. The review section serves as a guidelines for conducting the annual or the periodic review. Review of the procedure for non-conforming product or the equipment, identification of non-conforming product and or equipment, and the action is taken, records of product that has not met the specification, records of finished product testing that is out of microbial specification and how it has been resolved, records of product disposition, records of repair and non-conforming equipment. 8 we have is the reference documents. The reference documents are the set of documents used to implement and monitor a program, policy, and procedure. And under this, we have the following: non-conforming product report, hold and quarantine log, product release tag, QC hold tag, product material disposal log, equipment tag, equipment disposition log, and then last we have the hold report register. Ninth, we have the references. The reference section is composed of a guides utilized to implement the program. Examples are the certification guide, regulations, and other widely accepted scientific journals, research, and the like. We must also comply with the standard format citation, which can be based on either MLA, APA, Chicago style, and update the access date. And under this, we have the SQF Module 11, Edition 9, Good Manufacturing Practices for Processing of Food Products, Section 2.4.5, Non-conforming Materials and Products. Lastly, we have the history. The history section is where we can update the program if there are any changes or revisions made in the document. If there is a revision, enter the revision number, the revision date, the description of change made, the author or the originator name, and the title or the department of the author or the originator. Thank you for participating in this document review. Content presented are for training purposes only and are based on the interpretation of standards and best practices and must be customized for your intended use. To fully customize your programs, policies, procedures, forms for records, and lessons for training, you may contact Interlink IQ or Consultor Inc. at services@interlinkiq.com or simply call 202-982-3002. And for free access, you may visit interlinkiq.com.